the boat, eh? Want me to go fishing again? Well, I won't do it. Bladder rack if I will. Here I am then. 3 daughters, a dreamer, a schemer, and one blind as a bat. We're hungry, father. Well, make him stay hungry. Why me?
Nettle?
No! Do you see him?
Not an inch of canvas.
He's been gone all morning!
He's useless. We're gonna starve this winter. Father's getting old.
And still no husbands.
I'm getting on, Nettle. I've got wrinkles. If my husband saw that, he wouldn't want me.
What about my hair, Daisy? Supposing my hair falls out before I get a husband.
Chicks fall out of nests, and coals fall out of fires. But your hair will never fall out.
No eggs this morning, sisters.
Talking about husbands again. We're in our prime, Clover. It's not right that our looks are wasting away.
Why do we have to bother with husbands? We're perfectly happy here.
You might be perfectly happy. We're not.
What do you think, Nettle? This island is the most beautiful place in the world.
How do we know? We've never been anywhere else.
I think Clover's right, Nettle. We've managed so far without husbands. If Hemlock dies, we'll continue to manage.
Oh, wonderful sea. I love you. I love the big, wide arms you embrace us with. Do not send husbands. I repeat, do not send husbands.
Clover's just a child, Nettle.
Don't be too harsh. In time, she'll see that we need husbands.
I too love it here, Daisy. Every night I dream wonderful dreams about our beautiful sands. I wish for nothing to change.
Nor I, Nettle. What is it?
We are small creatures, the sea is our love, the sky and the ocean, the waves and the rock. No more, Clover! You'll lure some distant ship onto the rocks with your singing. Oh, heavens no, Daisy, I don't want to do that. I love you, Clover Crab. I love you, Daisy Crab.
Silly old pole. Come on, Clover. I'll race you home.
I'm going to make a necklace today.
For who now?
I feel we are soon going to be visited by a stranger.
Why do you think that?
Something in the earth. I don't know. Do you remember the last time we were visited?
When was that?
You were very young, Chloe. I wasn't very old myself.
Hasn't Hemlock told you?
Where is the old man? He should have been back by now.
Told me what?
About Mother.
Mother?
Daisy, I thought Clover knew.
Knew what?
About shipwrecked men.
He took her away.
Away where?
Tell her, Daisy.
There's a lot to tell.
Tell me, please.
They were horrible.
Let's go inside. They were shipwrecked men from beyond the sea where it meets the ocean.
They had the smell of dead sharks about them.
They were in a very bad state.
Father should have told them to go away.
I don't want to know anymore.
Mother and Father took them in. One of them died. They buried him under the totem pole in the clearing.
Our totem pole.
The other three stayed for weeks until they were better. Nettle gave them names.
Dolphin. He was very nice. He would let me ride upon his back and play guessing games with him. Walrus. He was gruff. We left him alone. He had a big, enormous beard like Neptune. Shark. He was the bad one.
His eyes were white. Everywhere he went, he had one hand on his knife. Father helped him fix their boat. There was only room for 3 places.
One day, Dolphin and Shark fought over the boat.
Shark killed Dolphin.
You saw him do it?
No, I was asleep, but I heard it.
I was asleep, but I felt it.
You're both playing with me. You're making this up.
Why would we make it up?
Yes, Clover, not everything in the world is to be make-believe.
When Dolphin was killed, Mother was very upset.
She cried.
I cried too.
So did I. Mother hid us in the woods.
Father ordered Shark and Walrus to leave the island.
We heard them arguing. It was frightening.
Father fought with Shark and Walrus.
Mother screamed and ran out of the woods.
She thought Father had been killed.
We were left all alone.
We never saw Mother again.
Never.
Never.
And Father?
We found him alive. I nursed him back to health.
Daisy left me holding you and searched all over the island for Mother.
I didn't find a thing.
What about the boat?
Yes, the boat had gone.
What did Father do?
Nothing. He was ill for weeks, and by the time he was better, it was too late to do anything.
Why, this is sad.
We cried for months.
We still cry for Mother.
I think I'm going to cry.
Don't, Chloe. You'll make us all cry.
Why shouldn't we? We lost our mother, haven't we?
Yes, I want to cry.
Come, come. We must be strong. If Hemlock discovers us crying, he'll want to know why.
You sitters! Yeah. You're gonna be mad at me. Go to the deep with them.
I'll have to tell him I know about Mother.
You'll make him cry.
He'll cry for weeks.
Will he really?
You don't know our father Hemlock, Chloe, does she, Daisy?
I'm not sure any of us do, Nettle. He's a cantankerous old sod. Come along. We'll help you collect shells before lunch.
Yes. I want to make my best necklace ever.
Who are you making it for?
Don't know, but we might find something interesting washed ashore.
Like fussy old housewives. A man has to be old to be wise. You hear me, Paul? I... Too many cooks. Not enough soup. A man might grow hungry. I'll have none of their lunch. Oh, crabs. It's past midday.
Father!
If I answer, the game's up.
He's asleep somewhere.
He might be contemplating.
He's too old to start that sort of thing.
He'll be the old tootin' pole praying.
Praying to whom?
Gods.
What are you on about?
I'm sure he must have heard you.
He's barely deaf these days, Nettle. He only listens to what he wants to listen to. He doesn't hear anything I say.
You nag him, Daisy.
He doesn't do anything.
I think that must be why he sleeps so much.
Well, he's certainly not as sharp as he used to be. In fact, I think he's quite blunt.
Could he be senile?
Lazy, Nettle. There is nothing the matter with him.
None of us are perfect, Daisy.
The old sod's napping again.
Let's leave him alone.
Well, where's the crab he promised to catch? He has to earn his keep, you know?
Be kind, Daisy. He needs his sleep, or he wakes up very ill-tempered.
All right. But I'm not saving him any lunch.
Daddy?
Tarnation. I'm trying to speak to the gods. Take yourself away.
Sorry, Daddy.
Obedient child. You understand me not when I'm communicating with the abstract.
I want to understand you, Daddy.
As a result, you know me least. Daisy knows me too well. And as for Nettle, in spite of all her visions, she hasn't a clue.
Are you still speaking with the gods, Daddy?
Of course. Our conversations go on for hours.
What do you talk about?
The secrets of the universe, Clover.
Can I speak with the gods too, Daddy?
No, Clover. They have no respect for youth. They have made me swear an oath of confidentiality. I am the island's representative. Our conversations are councils of secrecy.
I'll leave you alone then.
I'm sick of Shellfish. We have to confront him.
Why don't we go fishing?
No. He thinks that we're a nuisance. He doesn't see us as an asset. We're a headache to him. We feed him.
He fed us for years.
Like pigs at a trough. He thinks that we're 3 sows' ears. We deserve to be treated like sheep. He goes bam, we do his bidding. He should be out fishing for crab.
He did go fishing.
He did try, Daisy.
What kind of provider comes back empty-handed? He just doesn't give a fig for us.
He has a hump on.
Well, I'm going to have it off his back. He has to put his weight.
It's an ill wind that blows ahead of a storm.
Hemlock, you have to go fishing again today. There's nothing to eat but shellfish. Father!
What's that? You're selfish.
Shellfish.
Life is hellish, daughter. There are so many dark clouds in life, don't you think? I'm just the son of a sea cook, brought here by a siren singing.
What a silly old man you are. How are we to manage if you do nothing? Oh, Clouds! There's not a thing wrong with him. Each day he sits and broods about his youth. Paradise makes men sit on their backsides. The underworld is full of men yearning to be free, while paradise is inhabited by individuals imprisoned in themselves. Look at him! Once, he used to fish. Do you remember, Clouds? You old faker! There's not a thing wrong with you.
Nil admirari. Talking to yourself again. Always upon the gad. Fresh air passes through every part of you.
What do you want, Father?
I don't want to play games, Neville.
Are you blind as well as deaf? I'm Daisy.
What was that?
I'm Daisy!
Oh, Dizzy! Oh, well, you want to follow me, girl? Come! I've got something to say to you. Do you know why I come here to sit every day, child?
To waste our time.
To throw old water on an enterprise.
What enterprise?
The waste years of our life are in our youth.
Not this again.
The young are too young to make use of their youth.
But what about the old who are too old to make anything of old age?
The old are not too old to make use of young's youth.
But the young are never too young not to be used by the old.
But the young are not too old to be useless to the old.
But the old are not too young or old to be like the young.
The young are too young to let the old be like the young.
The young are not too young to let old age spend young's youth.
Spent youth is youth's gift to old age. Oh, be a good girl. Run along. Ask Nettle to get me some lunch.
Would you like to see the menu?
Oh, that's very kind. What's on offer?
Shellfish and seaweed.
What kind?
Mussel and rack.
What was that? The ground moved.
I felt nothing.
Oh, your head's in the clouds, Daisy. Come, Nettle will tell me what happened. She's the earthy one of you three tartars.
Do you hear the music?
Yes.
There it is again.
Yes.
Someone singing.
Whom?
Daisy? What was it?
Hemlock felt something.
Peter?
There are strange things going on. My insides are beginning to burn up. I feel it is neither fish, fowl, or good red herring.
Well, it's no ulcer. Your life is strain-free.
She'd not help a lame dog over a stile.
Now, what was it?
You know what one is about, Nettle. You are our oracler. I'm relying on you to interpret the signs. Let's find a quiet spot away from the mayhem.
When I first felt the tremor, I sat tense as usual for the aftershock, waiting for something to happen. And then something did happen.
Did you hear music?
Yes, I heard music twice. The second time was more faint. If you listen, you can still hear it.
Yes, I can hear it just above the waves.
Can you hear the singing?
What kind of singing?
Like clovers.
Our Clover?
Yes.
Oh, perhaps 'twas she singing. She often sings by fits and starts.
No, Peter, it wasn't she.
Then we are to be visited.
By whom?
A person unknown. There's only once in a way we are warned by the voice that Clover inherited.
Mother's.
Your mother was the fruitful vine that was foretold. I'm a mere shipwreck. Her power was incalculable. At last, the final humiliation. I'm to have my olive branches stripped from me.
What do you mean?
Telling tales out of school is not in my nature. Come on, girl. Idleness is the virtue of the bored.
But he helped collect your lunch.
It's better than dining with Duke Humphrey.
What's got into you?
Get you home.
He's barmy.
He's a sorry tale, all right.
Who's Duke Humphrey?
He's a figure of speech, Nettle. It is better to dine with Duke Humphrey than with cross-legged knights.
Don't understand. The day is turning grey. There are ill-favourable signs. I heard the sound of sharks hunting today.
Shark?
Now look at the excuse you've given him to malinger.
Have some rack, Peter.
That man dined with Mohammed before he came to the island. Made all of us eat the air. I eat my heart out for your mother. Mention a shark sets my teeth on edge. I want revenge for taking your mother away from us.
Don't choose such hard feelings, Peter.
Chew. I eat my words. I feast on my inner banquet. I found no easy way to shake the pagoda tree. Shark robbed me of my wealth, my willing palm, and no longer wish to be with me.
Peter Hemlock, do not rake the straw.
I traded your mother to Shark for a place in the boat. In return, Pandora's box was open on the island.
But you loved Mother.
Fine words, butter, no parsnips, nettle. Shark was a pap with a hatchet.
I don't understand. Mother would not have gone with him. He was horrible.
She went. When you understand that, things will come to a pretty pass. Only then might you to take me to task for my selfishness.
Be off, Nettle. I'm having a word with your sister. Have you been singing for your supper?
No, not I. Let me go.
Why is your voice so raspy?
You're strangling me? I'm already hoarse from this morning. Am I not, Nettle?
Yes, you were singing all morning.
I hope there were no ships about.
Ships?
You, Clover, my dear, are unaware of the seductiveness of your own voice. It's like a hungry wind.
I'm as hungry as the wind.
I'm as hungry as a fire in the wind.
Fires are popular with carpenters. Oh, I'm delirious with hunger.
Ill blows the wind that profits nobody.
Sickness benefits physicians.
What does that mean? There are no physicians on this island.
Death puts money in the pockets of undertakers.
There are none here. Daisy, hunger is affecting you.
Nettle, bring me some chai.
We need proper food. We have to talk to him.
Get Clover to do it. She's his favourite.
All right. I'll talk with him when we go to pray. In medias res study?
In toto. The irony of fate brings about the most unlikely events.
Such as...
Being able to see the islands of the blessed, or blessed.
Soon your footsteps I shall follow to the islands of the blessed.
I've taught you well, Clover.
I've also taught myself, Daddy. What other ironies has fate shown you, Daddy?
Jacks of all trades. Jack Tar, Jack Sprat, Jack Robinson, Jack Ketch, Jack Owner,
Jack Frost?
Jack a Lantern.
Then you have seen the ignis fatuus.
It's everywhere. It hangs around like marsh gas. Other times, it flits about casting mirages. They can produce apparitions. Concentrate on the ignis fatuus, and it will appear. Jack-o'-lantern has often brought jack tars and cheap jacks to destruction on the sandbars of this island. expect no husband's boats, Clover. Jack-o'-lantern's shipwrecks always perish. No survivors, not 100 miles off or from.
None.
Your dreams are too often full of the idols of the cave. You only see the shadows of realities.
It's not my fault. We live apart from the rest of the world.
This is the root of your error. It is your notion of how you think the world is. A misconception.
Being on this island is like being in a cave. The four of us are hardly a tribe.
As a result, we do not fall into believing the shadowy preconceived notions. Why, if we were members of a tribe, we would dismiss Jack-o'-lantern as a ghost.
Ghost?
Ghosts have a certain look, certain conventional tones of voice, a ghostly gait, a professional uniform, and habits of mind as professional as their externals. They are scary spirits. They carry lanterns and know well enough what the tribe thinks of them.
Can they speak?
Well, they are hardly the idols of the gossip shops. You see, ghosts don't talk. They're not tyrannized over by language. Language doesn't tyrannize over them or mold their thoughts. However, the same is not true of all meetings between people. The idol of talk is the influence of shop talk.
Then my misconception of husbands is not from talking about them.
Nor from having seen one.
It's from not knowing what a husband is.
Correct. Your deception is not the product of the stage, nor has it arisen from dogmas of different schools.
I will hush up then.
You need to learn the ins and outs of all the working, the details of everything. You need to have Imperium in Imperio.
It's too much to comprehend. Daisy is much wiser than I could ever be. Teach her.
I have taught Daisy all she wishes to learn from me. She has the inside track on many things. She lives in the clouds. She doesn't have real existence.
What about Nettle?
Nettle? Oh, my sweet Nettle is flotsam and jetsam. Goods lost at sea, either floating in the water or cast on shore.
That's not very nice.
Oh, come, Clover. You can swim against any tide.
I never seem to gain or get ground like Nettle.
You have no ground to have cut from under your feet. You're of the first water.
Living in a backwater.
What would life be worth if we were to wax fat and kick? Would we cherish our knowledge so greatly if we were to make our quid out of it? Needs must when the dark gods drive.
You think it's strange that I want a husband?
It's little more than a 9-day wonder.
I've prayed for husbands not to come, but this feeling will not go away.
And meanwhile, husbands will not come. It is impossible for you to pursue your quest to the nines. There are no husbands here.
I've heard that 9 tailors make a husband.
Aye, and the nightmare is attended by her 9 foals. When stars shoot and the meteors glare over this island, frightful apparitions will appear in the night.
If I put 9 grains of sand on a flat fish's back, the sea nymphs will protect me.
To go that far is to go to the noggin stage for the nonce.
Well, if it's only temporary, then it's worth that.
Did you speak of our hunger?
You tied me up in riddles.
What are we to do?
We'll give it till daybreak. Thereafter, if he has not gone fishing, we'll have to act.
What will we do?
We'll speak back to him in the same gibberish that he speaks to us. What effect will that have?
Well, it'll drive him insane. He'll rush back to sea to be away from us. He'll bring back Crab.
There's a plan of sorts.
Then we are agreed. All sensible dialogue with our dear father will cease with the dawn.
If there were a child 9 times fairer than you, Clover, I'd have her. If it meant I could look 9 ways at the truth. Possession of knowledge is 9 points of any argument. Success in an argument requires 9 things. A good deal of shouting, a good deal of impatience, a good self-interest, a good stinging tongue, a good wagging finger, a good ulcer, a good deal of gossip, a good put-down, and a good bit of luck.
Father, the sun is up, but my sisters are not. Please, quieten down.
Quieten down? Unfortunately, Clover, you are as nimble as ninepence, and nice as ninepence when you argue. Now get me my breakfast or I'll teach you no more.
Daddy, your mother wit is painful. I feel inclined to suck the monkey.
What?
Shoot a moon?
Husband's tea?
Oh, you know I don't like weak tea, Nettle.
We're running out of herbs. There's Mitch and Malico going on.
It's those thieving jackdaws.
There's milk in the coconut.
Somebody's drowned the miller.
Draw it mild, Daddy.
Daisy make this?
Yes.
It's a conspiracy. You want to take the measure of a man's boot. There's small purpose to all this.
There is great purpose.
Oh, aye? It's a mutiny, is it?
Clover,
Don't put me to the blush, Daisy.
you've had to put up with it as well as us. Wasn't that what we were talking about last night?
I feel put upon.
This is a put-up affair.
Father, I'm hard put to bring this matter up.
Then perhaps you should put it off, Daisy.
Can I put in a word?
Oh, that's our Clover. Hates to be put out of court. Come on, tell your daddy everything.
They've come to put you out of the house, Daddy.
They? Oh, Chloe, you turncoat!
Clover, take Nettle for a walk.
Why?
Please, Chloe, we're in this together.
Inside, Father.
So, I'm being put to the push.
Inside. You have to start pulling your weight.
There comes a time in every man's life when he's ready to retire.
But you're not even 64.
That is old in my profession.
What profession do you have?
I am a father, but I should be wary of broken reeds. Once or twice removed, a relative may have neither rhyme nor reason for abandoning a parent. But his daughters, When the rift in the lute widens by and by to make the music mute, it silences us all. It breaks an old man's heart to be bowed down in his own home. I'm now not worth more than a rush to my daughters. I am between wind and water.
That was a short walk.
Daddy. Look at him! I'll not have it, Daisy!
He's a dog in a manger.
Daisy!
Give a dog an ill name, then hang him.
Daisy!
How cruel.
He's no use, lamb.
He's our daddy.
He's your father.
What do you mean?
He's no father of mine.
Don't understand.
Here's more cheese for our cause. He's no father of yours either, Nettle.
Not my Peter!
Don't cast your sheep's eyes.
Why not? What a shock!
Face it out, Nettle.
Your plan has fallen flat, Daisy.
Stay, Nettle.
I can't!
Leave her alone, you bully. You know how to make a fish of one and flesh of another.
I know when the kettle boils. I know that much.
What's the matter, Daisy?
I'm sick of this island. I can't live here another day.
Why?
I'm getting old. Older. I tire of hearing the same old wind whisper in the trees. I tire of watching the same small clouds going round and round upon themselves in the sky.
In Nubibus.
And the sea. The same sodden sea. To and fro, lash and crash, ebb and flow, coming and going, while we stay here. There must be more to the world than this island. There must be more than this same perfect existence. I'm too happy. I want to be unhappy. I want to know what it is like being miserable.
Gosh, you really know how to make others miserable. Poor Nettle.
The truth can often hurt.
You're miserable.
Of course I am.
Daisy, what's happening to you?
It's Father. He's driving me lunar. There's no sense in his talk and even less in his inactivity. Look at him.
Where did he learn that?
Here. By having nothing else to do.
Daddy's been right around the world.
and there must have been a lot of bends.
Oh, Daisy, why are you so off colour? You're like a mango. Green as envy on the outside, yellow like a sick man on the inside. Why are you such a bitter lemon?
I'm ill. I'm wasting away. I love crab. I hate salty shellfish.
Is that all?
Oh, I can't live on shellfish.
It's better than eating sand.
They're full of sand. Limpet, mussel, cockle, winkle, scallop, oyster, clam and chitin. Give me crab. It seems so simple. Give me crabs and I won't simper.
My Daisy, you're just a big baby.
Am I? What would you rather? Limpet or lobster?
Limpet I can take or leave, but I can long for lobster.
Do you want some?
Of course. But how?
Get father to go fishing.
Your last attempt wasn't very successful.
Will you ask him?
I can ask him.
He listens when you cry.
I'm not going to cry so that you can eat crab.
Then I'm going to have to call for some help. Nimbus Cirrus circulating! Come together! Bring us rain!
Stop it!
Will you ask him?
No!
Strato rising, accumulating! Gale, storm and hurricane!
Stop it!
Will you ask him?
No!
Trouble.
Father! You will go back to sea or else.
Or else what?
I leave here for good.
Oh, crabs, leave me alone.
You old waster!
Daisy!
That's it, Clover, I'm off. I get no cooperation around here. I'm no skivvy.
Daisy! Daisy!
Where are you going to go?
Far from here.
How?
I don't care. I'm leaving. If you decide to come with me, meet me at the old totem pole before sunset.
Daisy! Oh, Clover! Why did you not stick by us?
Always given my own fish guts for my own 3 Seymours. I'll not hang out a white flag for one of my daughters. We're hardly at our fingers' end. My Daisy is such a flea in my ear. This isn't the first time she's flown for me like a hooked fish. I'll draw her in. To fly in the face of a fisherman is an imprudent thing. Yet I'll not let my Daisy become food for fishes. I have guts in the brain. Nettle?
Peter,
My struck all of a heap, second-born. Yes, sweetness and light.
everything has gone dark.
It's getting towards evening.
No. The island is turning black.
Is it?
There are so many things being kept dark.
Oh, there.
Something has come to the island.
Oh, perhaps we're entertaining an angel unawares.
It is between Scylla and Charybdis.
That's a long way away.
I see how the land lies.
By jingo. And how does it look?
I see the sky falling and us catching larks.
Do you see the lamp of Phoebus?
I see the sun all mango green in a cream of cloud.
Oh, standing dish.
I see mountains melt and rivers freeze.
Summer and winter in one.
I see a rider switching horses in midstream.
Now there's a sight.
I see a molehill bigger than a mountain.
It's the moving of earth towards heaven.
My vision's going.
Can you see nothing more?
I can smell
What?
a rat.
Pardon?
That was my Parthian shaft.
Well, Nettle dear, that was quite a vision. It was like taking pepper in the nose.
Like salt on wounds already open.
What do you mean?
I'm unhappy. Family life is disintegrating. I'm going to leave with Daisy.
Another moment against the grain?
I've got to make my own way in the world. The grass wills my feet to go. The sand bids my toes to run.
God's Nettle. To keep in with you women is to kick against the tide.
Carry me, wind, carry me, sea, tarry me not, dally me none, wing me away, bear me away, far over land and far empires. Call up cloud, call up sea, float me aloft, soak me soft, wing me away, bear me away, far before storm and wet cyclone. Harry me, marry me true.
Gads, Nettle. Who will marry you? You're no blue stocking, hmm? You're blind. You'll never see which way the cat jumps. You know nothing about the Browns, the Joneses, the Robinsons beyond this island. full chisel, you're going off half-cocked in search of castles in the air.
Better to be half cocked than half horrible.
They say a man who cannot say boo to a goose has no spirit. I'll not be one to dust a daughter's coat for her when she returns to exchange ryegrass for clover. Chicken! You're like a head on a hot griddle!
Well, there's not a lot to be cock-a-hoop about.
Somebody's got to be cock of the walk.
A cock is always bold on its own, Danielle.
It cuts a man's comb when his children go against him. You've thrown in your lot with Daisy and Nettle.
I have. You sold your ends on a rainy day.
Nonsense. You'll all play hide and seek for a while and then be home for supper.
You've raised an hornet's nest, Daddy.
Hoity. Care killed a cat.
Lack of care made the monkey use the cat's paw to get his roast chestnuts.
Daisy always wants 2 bites of the cherry. I'll not be taken for chaff. They'll be owned by Weeping Cross.
They're leaving by the old totem pole.
Then they're between wind and water. All's quiet. No wagging tongues to spoil the silence.
There is a great gulf between you and them.
And you think I cannot bridge it, Clover? I'm wide awake. My withers are unwrung. I'll not have the worst half of all the world and his wife. I'll not be wool gathering when I'm worn and wasted.
I'll not be old mutton while others are orange blossom.
Take my 3 little piglets to market? Never. Turn my paddock to haddock? Never. I'd sooner be buried up to the neck in sand.
That's a reasonable solution.
I'll be no sponge to human nature. Crabs.
What did you say, Daddy?
I said crabs.
We haven't had crab in weeks.
And you'll get no more unless you fish it yourself.
So you refuse to return to sea?
It's my prerogative. Why aren't you pushing off with the other two?
Why should I?
You're unhappy. It's in your shoulders.
I thought it was in my head.
It's all of you. You're miserable.
You're making me feel much worse.
Oh, what nonsense. I'm always here to make you feel better. I'm your father.
I never noticed what a silly old man you could be.
Oh, silly, eh? I know a thing or two. Women who throw themselves at a man deserve all that they get.
Who mentioned women?
Well, you're one, aren't you?
I thought I was still a girl. Girls don't leave home.
You look like a woman to me. You've got everything, haven't you?
I don't have a thing. That's another reason for not leaving. I've got nowhere to go and nothing to take me where the tide might wash me.
It didn't stop the other two from pushing off.
No.
So?
So what? They're women!
Great gods, Clover, you know nothing. I taught you everything about philosophy, language, but nothing at all about men.
I thought one learned that oneself.
Oneself? Now, there's a pretty picture. Women without men. What a docile world that would be.
Docile?
Peaceful, calm. No wars, no hostilities, no hiding your emotions, no sexism.
No sex?
We don't know much about that anyway.
I've watched the Jackdaws.
We've all of us watched the Jackdaws, Clover. It's hardly the same thing.
Why?
Because, my dear...
Because what?
Perhaps you're right. You're not a woman at all.
Not a woman?
You're still a girl.
No, I'm not.
Make me some tea.
Go boil yourself. I'm not hanging around to be your slave.
Now, don't be a silly girl. We're playing grown-ups.
Silly girl. I'm leaving.
You got nowhere to go. Make me some tea.
Sod off, you lazy crabber. I'm off.
Well, go then, you miserable child.
I'm miserable.
At least you can't see what a miserable day it's turned out.
I can feel it, though. I still don't see why you said he wasn't our father.
I disowned him for you.
Is that all? He's our real father?
Of course he is.
Hello!
I've never seen her look so ruffled.
You waited for me.
We're not going anywhere.
We've nowhere to go.
Sit down, Clover girl.
I'm not a girl.
Be peaceful, sis.
I've run 2 miles to catch you.
Well, you've got plenty of time to walk the 2 miles back.
I'm not going back.
Nor I.
Let's be realistic. When a coconut falls off a tree, it does one of 3 things.
3 things.
And get into that.
Talk sense, Daisy. No one talks sense anymore. It's riddles or metaphors. If it continues, I'll throw myself off the point.
You're missing my point, Nettle. When a coconut is shed by the parent tree, it falls and either cracks open or lies rotting. Either way, the ants eat it, correct?
How does Nettle know that? She can't see.
I spent enough time under the palm trees to know what happens to the cocoa.
In your dreams.
Please, let me continue. If the coconut is torn from a tree in a storm, it's washed out to sea.
And lives for years in the sea.
Yes. But eventually, it drifts to some place where it takes root in the sands.
Is this a fairy tale?
What is the meaning of this, Daisy?
We've fallen from the parent tree.
Yes.
We don't fancy floating in the sea for years.
No.
We don't want to rot?
No.
But we've already been split open.
Yes.
So why don't we take root here?
On the island?
With Peter.
No! Here!
Where?
Here!
What, you mean this place?
Yes!
It's a cemetery.
Yes!
Who is down there?
Our grandmother.
What about this one?
Her mother. There's only women who are buried here.
What? That's disgusting. We can't live here.
Well, we're gonna end up here. It's our fate.
I know, but not just yet. Let's go on.
On we go then.
What are we to eat?
Octopus.
No, Daisy.
I think that's a bad idea too.
Why can't we just have crab?
Don't be spoiled. Why do you think we left Father?
What? You were the one who was unhappy about eating limpet, mussel, cockle and winkle.
Was I? Well, who was the one that couldn't get Father to go fishing?
Stop it. How are we to live together if we argue? Clover is right, Daisy.
Right about what?
Everything.
About octopi. We can't eat them, it's not right.
Why isn't it right?
They're one of us.
What do you mean, one of us?
They're intelligent.
They've only got one eye.
Rubbish. They're just like us.
They live underwater. They're all slimy and useless when on land. I've seen fish do better on land, and they haven't even got any legs.
So what? Coconuts haven't got any brains, but they can still swim better than we can.
This is silly. We should live on fruit.
What, not eat seafood?
No seafood. Except crab.
Who's going to do our fishing?
We need husbands.
Again, why can't we just do it ourselves?
We can make our own huts.
Our own fishing.
We don't need...
What about children?
The island is no place for children.
Like something to play with.
Yes, it's very lonely here.
But if we all had children, they could play with each other.
Why can't we keep the island for ourselves?
And share it with Father.
Why don't we ask Daddy to?
That's a silly idea.
He wouldn't go.
Why?
Because he was here first.
Well, who was here before him? Who made the old totem pole?
Mother's father made that.
Where did he come from?
A shipwreck.
When did Mother's mother get here then?
He was already here. It is strange, but only girls are born on the island.
What's that over there?
Where?
What? What is it?
Whatever it is, Nettle, it's half buried.
Daisy, I need your help!
It's not difficult to paddle your own canoe. If they think I'm a string of dry bones, they're due for a shock. Oh, I'm no dumb dog. This island is as dull as ditch water. If they think my dolce far niente is a sweet do-nothing, then they're due a lesson. If I'm gonna die, it'll be in the last ditch. I'll not be done in the eyes. These girls are lazy. Their tongues are dipped in gall. From dawn to dusk I used to fish, and for what? For 3 lazy daughters who spend all their time playing hide and seek or some other senseless leisure game. And then at dusk the complaint would go up. They're having to take turns at cooking supper or making tea. There's little housework in the switch of a bunch of seaweed over the rock. Swish! And all is done. Crabs. My whole life has been crabs. Shrimp, prawn, crayfish, lobster. Where are my bosom friends? When I bring to book all the born days of my life, and make no bones about the winds that have bruised my body, then I shall be seen and act of my own unhappiness. Let the soldier be abroad if he will. The only thing he can do with his age is destroy it. As a shipwrecked schoolmaster abroad, armed with my primer, I can give a good account of my life. I've been a man of peace. I've been at rest on this island. Tranquility is all in the air. If there is an apple of discord, it is at arm's length. Perhaps I have been captain stiff over my daughters. Perhaps I have capped the climax. But I've carried through my hope of change with a cat of 9 tails. I want my girls to share the fishing with me. And in return, I'll do my quarter share of chopping short.
Right, once we got him home, he's mine.
No, he's not. I saw him first.
Is he handsome?
Who cares? He's a husband.
I'd like a husband.
I've got one.
He's not for you, Clover.
Will you share him with me?
Why should we?
Why shouldn't you?
Yeah, why not? He is only a husband.
I'm not getting any younger.
He might not even want you.
Well, I don't think he's got any choice.
Daisy, you can't keep him prisoner.
I might have to.
This is an island. There's nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, you can't keep him captive.
We've got to curb his free will.
We might not have to. He might like it and want to stay.
What, stay here?
Yeah, why not?
The island is beautiful. It's the nicest place in the whole world.
You don't need to tell me. I know all that. Right, let's get his clothes off.
Should we?
You want to see what he looks like, don't you?
I want to know what he feels like.
What's going on here?
Hello, Father. Peter.
Daddy.
So, you come back for supper like you always do?
Not exactly.
Well,
Well, what?
there's a queer smell of rack around here.
Is there?
Something is awash. This is no way to scrape an acquaintance with a parent.
What are you on about?
The hut's mine. I built it years ago. You're not turning me out of me dotage.
We don't want to live in your hut.
We're going to build our own hut.
And live in it.
Well, that's a relief. It's about time you all had a place of your own. Are you going to do your own fishing now?
No.
Well, I'm not doing it for you.
We don't want you to.
Ah, that's a good one.
Be like that.
Look, there isn't enough seaweed or fruit on the island to live without eating crab.
We know that. We live here, remember?
I've been thinking. I've hauled round from being head to the wind.
Oh, right. You finally come to your senses then.
I don't mind going fishing if you'll take it in turns to come with me.
We don't have to.
I've ridden my high horse and now you're riding it to death. I've let the embers cool and now you rake up the fire. I feel like a ship cut adrift. There's rocks ahead. Someone's got to help with the fishing.
Daisy, we've got to tell him.
We can't hide it much longer. The husband's coming too.
Father's all at sea, and his imma tempest will swamp him.
And he'll be all but mad and name.
And we'll have to feed him.
And bathe him.
And amuse him.
And humour him.
Father, we've a surprise for you.
I've got the trade winds in my ears.
We found something.
There's a typhoon rising.
It's not the usual find when we beachcomb.
We'll be lashed and dashed against the reefs.
Father,
Yes, child.
we found a husband.
Husband?
Yes, look.
That's not a husband, that's a man.
Same thing, isn't it?
What does he say about it?
Nothing. He's deaf and dumb to our language.
Poor fella.
He's going to do our fishing for us.
Is he begaz? What a wonderful find!
We're going to be his she-husbands.
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not? We've decided that we need one husband and he needs 3 wives. What's wrong with that?
Oh, what does he think?
I think he's very lucky to have the only 3 women on the island.
That's perfectly reasonable.
It's settled then?
Oh, I suppose so. What if he runs away?
We'll make him happy. He looks like he's had a miserable life.
Welcome to Crab Island.
I'm hungry.
What's for supper?
I wonder what he'd like.
I knew what I'd like.
Me too.
Father?
It just so happens there's still enough night for catching crabs. Push the boat out!